I made a mistake. I was wrong. The economy is not crashing. Guys, I made a mistake, guys. I've been wrong. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm just a fake dude. Okay, guys, I just want to just be real with you guys because the market hasn't crashed. I told you guys it's going to crash in 2016. I warned you guys that it's going to crash. I warned the world that my opinion, not financial advice, that the market is going to crash, and it hasn't crashed. And I've been wrong. I'm so wrong that I don't even know what to do, guys. If you believe that shit, then it's better off just to turn off the TV and stick your hand in the sand because we are at the cusp of this crazy storm, hurricane, typhoon, tsunami, whatever you want to call it. We're at the tip of it and it's busting. We're having all kinds of crazy madness happening in our political arena. We're having all crazy madness happen in our lending sectors like bankers not being liquid. We're having all kinds of craziness happening with big corporations totally being in debt and not having liquidity in their businesses. We're in a situation where we're having hundreds, if not thousands, of retail companies closing down left and right all over America, from the malls, people, like 21 Forever, big companies that have been around for so many years, closing down. And some of you may say it's Amazon, but even online orders are down. We're having manufacture slow down. We're having the auto industry slow down. We're having it never had in the history of America 0% interest rate. We're thinking and pondering over negative interest rate. We're having massive cities and state debt collapse where they cannot even afford to pay their firefighters' pensions or school teachers' pensions. We're in a situation where if credit cards are sucked up by the elites, then there will be people starving and there'll be riots on the streets because majority of Americans they don't want to admit it. The only reason they're able to make ends meet is because they're using debt. I would safely project that if there was no debt to grow, 90% of businesses will go bankrupt because everything's debt based. They're using debt to pay their employees, they're using debt to pay their mortgages on their factories, on their facilities, they're using debt for the furniture in the property or the equipment for the property, and no one's really using creativity or imagination or good old cash to pay for stuff. Very few people are. So if you think I'm wrong, I'm very happy for you. I know I have a lot of haters. It's not easy to be Mr. No Fluff and tell it how it is. It's not easy to tell people that they're going to lose a lot of money in the stock market or they're going to be losing a lot of money in the, not financial advice, but this is just my opinion, is that the market's going to crash. They're going to be losing equity in their homes. And no one wants to hear that. And that's what the problem is. The problem is we're fat and obese and we don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear that we can't have our American pie. We don't want to hear that we can't have our steak sandwich and our hamburgers. We don't want to hear that we have to hit the treadmill. We don't want to hear that we got to cut off the sugar because we're addicted to this easy, cheesy life, and our whole system is fake, manipulated. That's why the market hasn't crashed. They're bailing out banks. The Fed is bailing out, their elite friends. They're too big to fail. We've already done it. We've seen it happen 2006, 2007, 2008. We're seeing it again. And this is just the beginning of the typhoon that they have to bail out these bankers billions of dollars. This is just the beginning of the typhoon. What are they going to do when all hell breaks loose? Excuse my language. And we're having many different types of wars at many different fronts. We're having a currency war where the US dollar being the world reserve currency is being challenged by China is being challenged by the Europeans creating insects. It's being challenged by Bitcoin. Is being challenged by so many different factors like stable coins and like Facebook Libra and things of that nature. We're having situations where we're having wars with um, global upcoming countries that want to be the number one world currency holder. China. They want to overdo America. Right now, we talk shit about China, but if you open your closet, you look at your refrigerator, whatever you look at, it says made in China. China makes everything. What do we make here in America? And guys, I'm the type of guy that buys my shoes made in China. I mean, I'm sorry, in America. I buy my knives that are made in America. I support American companies, but majority of people are not thinking like that. They're thinking, hey, where can I go to buy the cheapest stuff? Walmart. And well, if you look around, everything we own, from our cups to our cars to our knives to our bicycles to our computers to our clothes to every gadget in your house, it says made in China. And so we're mad that China is making all of our stuff because the way the Big Brother has made it, they made it very, very tough through regulations that big corporations are fleeing overseas to increase their profits as much as possible. And corporations are one thing and one thing only. All they care about is profits. They don't care about the employees. They don't care about the buyers, the customers. They don't care about the community. Now, there was one period in American history where it wasn't like that, right? You you were proud to buy an American good, you know. And I'm still proud to buy American good. That's why I want you see the shoes that I wear are Kins, made in America. The knife that I carry, Microtech, made in America, right? Because I respect that, and I'm willing to pay more for something made in America because I know it's going to cost more. But the majority of consumers are not going to because they're indebted so much they can't afford it. The only reason there's no riots on the streets is because we have a great debt system where you're able to borrow money to go to college, borrow money to buy a car, borrow money to go on vacation, borrow money to get married, borrow money for your furniture, borrow money for whatever you want. Whatever you want, you can have it now, and then we'll talk about how you're going to pay for it later. Okay. So this is the era we're living in. We're living in a situation where we have wars with different countries through tariffs. We're having political wars. The country is divided, and the country doesn't really produce that much stuff, guys. Let's be honest. There's very little stuff that's made here. Okay. And in this upcoming crash, I don't know what the Fed's going to be able to do. They've already printing or giving. They don't want to call it printing, but they're giving away money. They've already got the interest rate as low as possible, and I don't know what else they can do besides taxes more. And people are already broke. That's why 7 million people were late on their car payments. That's why millions of people are putting stuff on their credit cards. Okay. That's why, you know, people can't pay their bills, and because people don't have money. Okay. And we're about to see a typhoon of the whole economy collapsing. Not only in America, guys, we're having worldwide civil unrest from Iraq, from Latin American countries, from France, Europe. People just are wanting more freedom, or they want less taxation, or they're just tired of can't even find a house in Hong Kong to live because things are so expensive. So this same exact disease is spreading through many different cultures all over the world, and the one similarity that's in all of them is central banking fiat fractional reserve bullshit, right? This type of stuff, IMF created. IMF, central bankers, the elites, what they're trying to do is rob all the countries natural resources, enslave me and you, and through fake papers they print. They don't even have to go work for it. They don't. It's not like gold. They got to go dig for it. It's not like Bitcoin. They got to mine for it. It's not like an attorney that has to go actually put some sweat equity into it. It's none of that. They print it through the printing machine, and they're the rulers of men. The rulers of men control all this stuff where everyone has to work every day. And the craziest thing is, guys, is that with the economy being the way it is and corporations want to make as much money as possible, what's going to be happening is there's going to be less and less jobs because people are going to be using automation. And I see it, all day, every day. The other day, a couple of months ago, I was going on a trip and in the middle of nowhere, there was no place open. Was late at night, and I went to, actually, it was early in the morning, real early in the morning, and I went to a McDonald's. I don't go there, but I was trying to get some coffee because there was nothing else in this little town. And I went in there, and it was really busy McDonald's. And I was like, holy moly. And I looked around, and there was no one there. You want to place your orders, and it was only computers. You had to go in there and type it in. There was no one to take your order. And they were so busy. You could put orders on their website. You could put orders on their app. You can go onto the little teleprompter and put it in. And I saw some little small town, middle of nowhere, having full automation in order taking part of McDonald's, which you don't see it in the big cities now, but they're testing these things out in little parts of nowhere that are really busy just to see. And this McDonald's is hopping. Right? And I thought about, man, how many jobs is this going to eliminate? Okay, how many other franchises are going to do exactly, you know, eliminated people at Starbucks, eliminated people that take your orders, and as automation happens, as cars start driving, there goes all the Uber drivers, there goes all the truck drivers, there goes, as blockchain kicks in, like Ethereum smart contract, there goes a lot of the attorneys, there goes a lot of the title companies, there goes a lot of the agents, there goes, Visa, MasterCard, there goes PayPal, there goes Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and guess what? These are millions of people's works, jobs at stake. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Very soon, there's not going to be that many jobs. They're already automating production like cars and so many different stuff. So we're getting to a situation where capitalism, especially not the one we have in America, which is not free market, is favored market. I should say favored market, because the guys with the money, the lobbyists, they buy the lawmakers, and the lawmakers and the authorities are in favor of whoever buys their campaigns and allows them to get into office next season or next summer or next winter or whenever their election is. And we're in a situation where the people are getting poor and poor. There's less middle class. There's less working class. We're getting a situation where we want everyone to be on the welfare. We want the people to be on welfare. We want the farmers to be on welfare. We want the corporations to be on welfare. And guess what? Well, entrepreneurship and creative thinking and solving problems, those things are just going down the drain more and more because we're focusing on what? We're focusing on getting into debt. What matters is, can you get into debt? Can your company get into debt to have a business? Can you grow as fast as possible? If it normally takes a business to grow, you know, so many inches in a year, can you five times that abnormally? Can you inject yourself with some hormones called debt and artificially grow? Because that's all that matters. The people don't matter. The planet doesn't matter. All we care about is growth. We don't care if GNC makes good cars or Ford makes good cars. What we care about is the growth factor. And with this kind of mindset, we can see that, poverty is upon us. And we can see that our kids and our kids' kids are going to be entrapped into this debt, into the elite systems. And, you know, not cool. But at the same time, there's a great opportunity also for anyone that's willing to take a risk, not financial advice. Where are some of the opportunities that I see? Real estate, businesses, stocks. I mean, buying a business in an economic crash is a risky business, but at the same time, it's a profitable business because the more risk, the more reward. There's gonna be a lot of motivated sellers out there. Anyways, guys, if you're interested in getting into real estate, then I highly recommend joining me every Saturday. We meet once a week over your computer through the internet using technology. You get to hang out with me, ask me any kind of questions you want. I do coaching on how to find motivated sellers. I do coaching on how to do deals without using banks. I teach on how to negotiate with sellers, how to filter them, how to find them without spending an arm and a leg. in marketing like everyone else does. I teach creativity and imagination. If you like to be your dreams without a pile of debt, a pile of hard money, with a pile of begging, getting on your knees with bankers, then you might want to, consider joining profit sharing. It's only $2.53 a day to change your life. It's revolutionary because I'm here to change your life, not to milk you, because I already possess a bunch of accumulations that I did through 14, 15 years of successful debt-free business, multi-million dollar businesses that I started with $100 that I wasn't happy with out of life, and I give it all up. And what makes me happy is to help you be your dreams, and the more smiles I can have from different people that I changed their life, that's what makes me feel good. And so my only mission is to help you do a deal, because when you get paid, okay, then you can get on my YouTube channel, you can motivate someone else, and then we get someone else to get paid, and they can get on my YouTube channel and motivate someone else, and so on and so on and so on. And of course, when you get paid, I get paid, which means you don't need a lump sum of money to start, guys. All you need is $76 to get rolling. So if you're interested, go to mrnofluff.com or go to profitsharing.mrnofluff.com. Don't wait around, guys. This flash sale is going to end very, very soon. Much love, and talk to you soon.